It is December 23rd, 2022. This is Reality Stretch. I'm your host, Spencer Ingram. Let's stretch reality together. Alright, 2 days before Christmas. Let's do this. It's Friday fun day. Amby's joining again. I'm just going to send him the invite. I'm going to aggressively pursue recreation today. Just in the stream. Have a few things I need to do today for actual work, my day job. But other than that, it's just going to be a family day, getting ready for Christmas. Lots of fun stuff going on these days. I've been listening to, I started listening to this even before I started doing a live stream podcast thing, but started listening to Colin and Samir, the guys who coach or have a community of YouTube creators. It's a really fun podcast. I listen to it as a podcast instead of listening or watching it on YouTube, because usually I'm driving in the car at the time. So I think that it's pretty cool. The other thing I like about it is it seems to be fairly, everybody's biased. Okay, everybody's biased, but their program seems pretty neutral. I'm biased as well. So nothing, like, if it seems neutral to me, then it's probably biased in my favor. And my favor anymore is unification. Err on the side of free speech. I'd rather hear, this might be unpopular, but I'd rather hear a little bit of hate speech rather than having fair speech squashed, right? And so for true free speech, I think some people may be a little bit too strict on hate speech, but on their program, their most recent episode, they were talking about what's going on at Twitter, and they were saying, it's been interesting with Elon's takeover, and he says the right things, but then some of the things he did were like a bit cutting against what he had just said, like such as banning the journalists for spreading the Elon Jet account, and banning people in the policy that you can't list other social media platforms on. You can't link to other social media platforms from Twitter. Like, that kind of cut against what he was purporting to believe there. But anyway, it's a fun program, fun to listen to. I think the first one that really roped me in was them interviewing Mr. Beast's manager. Because, you don't, as like a pretty typical everyday YouTube consumer, you don't really often have an opportunity to hear directly from someone's manager. So it was really insightful, really cool program. Well, Amby's going to be jumping on here in a minute. I'm going to tweak some things on this stream. So, what I want to do today, what's in my sandbox is, so I can Irish dance, at least what I call Irish dance. I started learning Irish dance when I was 6 years old and just never really stopped. But my sisters and I taught Irish dance, and my sisters still teach Irish dance, but I stopped when COVID. We took a little bit of a break uh, at COVID, and then my sisters got back into it to teach our students, but I didn't get back into it because I was too busy with work. So I'm not actively teaching right now, but I can Irish dance. In fact, one of our students who's heading off to college, I went to the studio last night to see them off and send them off, and that was kind of fun. And then my sister actually had me teach like a quick step, and it was fun. So I miss it. But anyway, I've got some things I want to say about that. But it looks like Amby's joining us. Amby, is this you?
Oh, yes.
Aha, say a few things for us.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, and it looks like our voice levels are relatively even on the mixer. All right, so what happens? I was thinking I can share. Would you rather? I think if you view the stream to see my screen, then it will have a little bit of a lag or a little bit of delay. Not much in the material that you see. So what I'm going to try doing instead is I share this monitor on the stream when we look at things, and I'm going to see if I can share that screen simultaneously to you on Google Meet, and how resource intensive that will be. So you can see the screen now in pretty much real time, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to take your image and see if I can pop you out. I can pin you to the main screen. Okay, good. And then I'm going to create real quick a new scene. Watch this. This is cool because I'm playing around. I'm playing around to see if I can
You're
see,
learning new skills.
trying to learn new skills. Trying to new learn trying to new learn skills here. new,
We learn things.
we, we, yeah, yeah, yeah. we Amby and I were talking about new businesses, new opportunities, new sales, and we were saying that like we should have like a consulting organization that just says we learn things, because that would be our tagline, and that would like instill zero confidence in the people we were marketing to. Like, people hire consultants thinking that they're going to come in and teach them something and improve their business, but we should start a consulting business with the tagline we learn things, which absolutely would not instill any confidence in anyone, but it would sure be funny. So, Amby, maybe that should be the tagline of Reality Stretch. We learn things. That's funny.
You know
Uh,
what? I think it goes hand in hand.
yeah, it does. I mean, that's the whole point of stretching reality, but not just learning, but doing. Like that word that I made up, proactability. I'm telling you, it's gonna catch on. I'm trying to explain it and teach it to like everybody in my immediate circle, and they all probably just think I'm weird, but it's gonna catch on. Um,
I
come
I
hell
like
or high
it.
water.
I need to be more proactability because I'll do like a lot of reading and research and everything. But if you're not really proactive about it, it's just kind of like unused knowledge.
Yeah. So you need to be more proactable, or you need to have proactability. Like that. We're trying to spread that. We're trying to spread that word. So like the questions
Right.
can be like, how proactable are you? Because again, it's like proactive, responsible, enthusiastic, and be able to definitively complete the tasks that are, you know, your tasks. That's so yeah. I need to be. That's why I made the word, because I want to be more of that, whatever that is. And no one had a word that really. I'm trying to see. I don't want to capture just a window. Can I select an area to capture on here? Let's try it. Let's try this. Video capture device, window
Is
capture,
that
scene.
is that Idaho?
No, this was actually in South Dakota. I was going through for work, found a national park. I slept at the national park, went swimming in the lake the next day. This is in the Black Hills of South Dakota.
Oh wow! And
That
is
was
that the Loch Ness monster back there? What's that?
Yeah, I don't know, it's a boat. It's a
Okay.
canoe or something. But yeah, the it was like a warm lake, and around the edge it was full of um like it was like a shale, or it was like petrified wood chips or something. Like it was the weirdest and coolest lake I've ever been in. So, I mean, it was so much fun to swim in that.
Yeah,
It was the best work stop I've ever made. But okay, all right.
that's like an awesome area.
Yeah. Let's try. What if I do like no? It wouldn't be media source. VLC video source. No. Video capture. It's got to be window capture or display capture. But can I? Um. What? Hang on. Hang on. We're gonna see what this is. No, that's not it. I wish I could have a way to pop you out on Google Meet. I know there's a way to do what I'm trying to accomplish here. Capture cursor, client area. Well, what am I doing? Google is Google is man's best friend sometimes. So hang on.
It is.
Okay, I'm gonna say on OBS Studio, can I display a portion of the screen? Oh, sick. See? I knew it. Oh, you brought the spaceship background back, huh?
That's all I know how to do. That's my skill on this so far.
Using display capture, locate the squares. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna put you up here. Yes, I am. Put your image right here. Sick. Bear with me. I'm gonna learn this.
We learn things.
We learn things.
Are you trying to get
This
me an
is
awesome
true.
background?
No, you'll see what
Oh.
I'm trying to do. You'll see, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's really cool." Watch. You just wait. You wait.
Impress me, Hito.
Oh yeah, you know. You know it. Display capture. Create new.
So I caught a little bit of the tail end of your Elon Musk.
Yeah. Now if I hold Alt and I drag. Boom. Oh yeah. Do you see what I'm doing? Actually, no, you can't see what I'm doing because it's going through. Oh, all you see is
I
just a
I
picture.
well, I see. I have you on my other monitor.
Oh, the live stream.
So yeah, so I have the live stream on one monitor, and then I have what we got going on this side.
Oh, nice. Look at you. This is so sexy. Did you see what just happened?
I did.
Ah, dude, I got your face freaking on the same stream screen. Right. Should I put the reality stretch logo at the bottom, or should I put us in the corner and put the reality stretch above that? Not that it matters. I'm gonna do it like this.
Mm, I
Should I
think
put
where
a?
it's at.
Should I stack us like that, or should I, put us in corners, or what do you think? But dude, that's pretty legit, huh?
I like it.
That's so
And it
cool.
took you how long? 2 seconds.
Yeah, well, once I knew how to do it. Thank you, Google, and thank you to the OBS project forums, because someone in there had that question and it was answered. All right, good. We got ourselves a screen. So I got two things in my sandbox today, Amby. We can chit chat about random crap, which is cool because that's fine with me, because that's what the stream's for. Or we can chat about stuff you have in the sandbox, or we can chat about the two random and recreational things that are on my mind. But we don't have to chat about those right now. So you got anything to bring, or should we psych?
What's on your? I was ready just to pick your mind on either your sandbox, but what's on your mind?
Oh, we can talk about the sandbox generally. Well, that flows into what's on my mind. So,
Let's do it.
you know what I was doing with what I was trying to do with the Guiba stories, right?
No. Well, yeah, in a
Did I,
nutshell.
did I send you that little? Did I send you the link of the proof of concept?
No, I don't believe I got that one.
Okay. Oh, I can pop out the audio mixer, and then I can. So I'll show you on the stream. It's really funny, dude. Um, let's go to YouTube. So I created the proof of concept, right? And
Hmm.
then let's see. Guiba stories. Let's see what pops up. I created this proof of concept, and I did it in an hour on the stream. Created this video, and I sent it over to Marie's and said, "Hey."
Timmy's best.
I said, "Hey, can you basically use the same things I used to create this to like pump out videos, right?"
Yeah.
And she's gonna do probably a way better job than what I did, but I just did this in like an hour, and I used Stable Diffusion to generate the images. And I think I'll switch to Midjourney, because Midjourney, it seems like it's come a long way from the last time I used it several months ago. So I used ChatGPT, and I basically said, like, tell me a wholesome story that teaches about, it's geared towards children, it's 1 minute long, teaches about, love, trust, and friendship, or something like that. And
Yeah.
so this is what the end result was. I put together the images, and I put together the script from ChatGPT,
Yeah.
and then I just threw it in an editing program, and this is what it generated.
Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a kind and gentle boy named Timmy. Timmy was always thinking of others and would do anything to help his friends and neighbors. One day, Timmy's best friend Jamie made a mistake and broke Timmy's favorite toy. Jamie felt terrible and apologized to Timmy, but Timmy just smiled and said,
"It's okay, accidents happen. Let's fix it
Good
together.
for the audience.
Timmy and Jamie worked together to fix the toy, and soon it was as good as new.
You're gonna
Jamie
get
was
this
so
weird
grateful
feedback
for
loop,
Timmy's kindness
but
and
you can like
forgiveness
mute
that she
yourself
decided to do
and
something special for him in
unmute the
return.
stream.
She
And you'll
baked
be able
Timmy
to
a
hear
batch
it.
of his favorite
I don't know
cookies
why. I thought
and brought them
Google
to him as a
Meet
thank
would
you
have
gift.
shared
I made some cookies just for you to
audio
thank you
for
for
the
being such a
desktop
good,
too.
kind friend.
Timmy was touched by Jamie's thoughtfulness and thanked her with a big hug. From that day on, Timmy and Jamie's friendship grew even stronger. They learned the importance of kindness, forgiveness, and gratitude, and how these values can bring people closer together.
I think there's a way to...
Attention, speak.
First, we need to make a copy of these clips. Right click, go to speed and duration, and then just check.
I think there's got to be a way to share audio via Google Meet. Maybe it's just not doing it for some reason because of the resource. Hang on. Let's figure this out real quick. For now, okay, let's see. There are a couple workarounds. Oh, no, you got to do some janky Jimmy rigging to get audio shared in Google Meet. So if we watch anything with audio, then just go to the stream and unmute the stream.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I used OpenShot Video Editor to put the images together with the script, and then I used this play.ht AI narration software to do the voiceover. And then I hopped on this royalty-free music website from David Feslian or Faslian, however you say it, and just threw in a track. And that's it. That's it, right? So
it doesn't get easier than that.
So I was like, if I can create now here's why this is coming into my sandbox is I'll show you my sandbox real quick. I keep a separate personal sandbox and a private sandbox, but I'm probably just gonna merge them together. But I don't know if there might be things in my sandbox sometimes that have sensitive information about people, I need to go visit this person or I need to go do this, or so that's why I keep a personal versus public. But there's a little bit of a bleed over here, so I'm going to take my public sandbox and copy it into my personal sandbox real quick, and then I'll just use the unified one. I'll just try to be conscientious of not doxing anyone accidentally because I have them in my personal sandbox. So let me show you what I'm doing here with the sandbox. So these are things that as I just go about my day, I think of these things, and because I don't want to take time away from my day job, what I'm doing at that moment. And honestly, my day job itself is an item in the sandbox. Yesterday, I identified a whole bunch of key performance indicators, a bunch of KPIs that I want to follow to help try to expand my pipeline.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be an item in the sandbox to talk about what I actually do every day, what I'm trying to do, and where I'm trying to take my own personal productivity. So anyway, this is from the public sandbox. So I'll just I'm not going to take you through all of this, but I just want to show you an example of what I barf into my sandbox, okay? I'll just start from the top. So December 16th, 2022. So this is, my sandbox is the field of all possibilities. That was a term that I picked up from this listening tape I used to listen to that had a bunch of affirmations on it from Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra. What was that? Deepak Chopra. This dude. He had this audio thing that I would listen to where he would go through these affirmations, and he kept talking about the field of all possibilities. And I loved that phrase. I think that's one of the so like it's a here's the field of all possibilities by Deepak himself. When your mind and heart are truly open, abundance will flow to you effortlessly and easily. Okay. This is like a question and answer. Let's just read his response. Desires are how we create and grow in life. It's not that fulfilling the desire for a good job is supposed to end our desires. Having other desires to better our life is natural. But the skill of manifesting desires is to do it from a place of ease, inner fulfillment, and contentment. That is what meditation brings you, the self-awareness that you are complete within yourself already right now, and attaining your desire is an expression of that inner truth. As you continue meditating, your true self becomes stronger and more present and active in your conscious experience. It's not that you can try to stay in that state of consciousness. Rather, you become that state of consciousness and radiate it naturally, whether you are desiring, thinking, eating, working, or playing. That is who you are. So, the guy's really cool, and he had this audio thing I listened to, and he was just talking about, let me see if I can find it. It was like the A to Z, Deepak Chopra, the A to Z of, I feel like it was like the A to Z of abundance or something.
Have you tried out that Miracle Morning?
No, what's that? When did you send
The
that?
Miracle Morning. Well, I'm only bringing it up because the meditation part, the passage that you just read, um, I've been doing a lot more meditation, and part of the Miracle Morning is getting up at 5 and then having purposeful silence first thing in the morning,
Oh yeah.
uh, going straight into a meditative state. And in doing that, I can totally relate to what he's saying. It's kind of like you get kind of like a clear mind, like you don't hear like a bunch of voices, and you don't hear like or not even voices. It's just your mind's not full of flutter versus what you want to hear, or your vision, or what you're seeing. I never really practiced meditation, but the more and more I get into it, I feel more and more spiritual, like with myself, and more like cognitive of my thoughts and well-being, basically.
That's cool. So
So
I think
I
you sent
definitely
I think you sent
recommend
that to me, but I think you sent that to me. It's you call it what's it called? The magical morning? What's it
the
called?
Miracle Morning.
Miracle morning. So I'm adding it. I'm adding it to my Sandbox. Is it by an author or who? Is it a podcast? What is it?
Yes, let me get it. It's on. I do Audible with him.
Oh, so it's a book. All right.
Yes, a book.
Miracle. I guess on Audible you can have just an audiobook, but not a book by Hal Elrod.
Yes. Oh
Let's see.
yeah. And on your list, since yes, that's it right there. And I suggest this to anybody that's just kind of looking to, if you're just stuck in life, if you're just, if your mind's just shot, if you just want a new start. I mean, I think it helps with really looking at your inner self deeply, and structuring yourself in kind of like a really an effective routine for yourself.
Right.
Like you're like right now you're really excited about getting into, every morning doing this live stream and podcast with the Miracle Morning. It's just kind of like teaching you, like having enough self-control and discipline in yourself, teaching you those skills that you can get up in the morning when you say you're going to get up, and how you start your morning is
You're
how the
saying that
rest.
just to dig at me, aren't you? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
I
saying
like
that because
texted you last night. 6 a.m. sharp, Amby. Let's go. 6
I'm
a.m. I need
saying
more
it.
time, Amby. I'm dead. I'm dead,
You know
Amby. I
why?
can't get out of bed. What?
Because I feel for you and super patient about it because I'm like that too. Because there's just days like there's a part in it where he's like, "Are you not that you don't have enough self control to where you can't simply wake up early enough for you to start your day?" Like, I don't know the way that he said it. Just it wasn't mean, but it's just like a realistic view on things. So it really made me think like I had to start doing this regiment right away because I'm like, I am not that out of control. I can wake myself up, but I still struggle sometimes, but it's not like it was before because I would do everything and anything just to have that extra snooze.
Yeah.
And but other than that, it's really insightful. It has you ask like really deep questions.
Well, I like that, and I was just smiling because, like, believe it or not, when I was on my 2-year mission, and I talked about this a couple days ago on the podcast, but on the stream, but like I woke up. They follow a very rigorous, inflexible schedule when you're a missionary. Like every day, I had to wake up at 6:30 a.m., go to sleep by 10:30. I usually went to sleep at 10:48 ish,
Yeah.
but every day for 2 years, I woke up at 6:30, and I can count on one hand the number of times I didn't, and it was only by like I was up by 7:15 on those days when I didn't. And like the 4 or 5 days I didn't in the 2 years was because either my alarm didn't go off or like just there was some weird mishap, right? Um and I think you like I honestly think it was God helping me to be consistent, but I didn't hit snooze a single time. And let me tell you what I was doing. Like on my mission, we all slept in twin beds, and the mattresses were always hard. And in the morning at 6:30, um, in the morning at 6:30, my alarm would go off, and I'd immediately raise my feet 90 degrees right into the air, and then I would just like, I would make my core solid and rock my feet down, and it would pull my body up, and the beds were always at the height that it would just like I could just immediately start walking across the room. So like every day at 6:30, feet up, and then this is just what I would do. Like no, I don't know anyone else on my mission that did this. I don't know any other missionaries that did this, but right in the morning I'd put my feet straight up, rock up, whoosh, and I'm up walking across the room, and like it was like I did that every day for 2 years, man, and it was so much fun. And I
I'll
never
have
had
to
a
try
problem.
that.
What?
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, dude. I never, and it helped that we were in twin beds. The mattresses were hard as a freaking rock, and like the only sheet that I used was just like a duvet with a cover. I didn't have any sub sheets or anything else, so it was easy just to rip off sheets and just go and boom, done. And before my mission, I was so undisciplined with my schedule. I would go to sleep at 3 a.m., wake up at 9, wake up at 10, whatever, play Smash Bros. All day. Like, I was so undisciplined with my schedule. So I think two things helped me on my mission. We weren't allowed to use electronics, and I was on a freaking mission. So I think I had God's help helping me, showing me what I'm capable of and that I'm actually capable of consistency. So
Yeah.
at night before I go to bed, I'll browse Instagram or Twitter, and I need to get off social media, and I think that'll help. Social media isn't bad. I just don't want it to fill in the silence of my day, like your magic morning or whatever it's called, miracle
Your
morning.
purposeful silence. That's what they call it on Miracle Morning.
Yeah, purposeful, intentional, deliberate silence. So look, I just put in the Sandbox, build and continually maintain a book list, read log, library, and wants, include the format. So I'm going to do that real quick because we've got 2 books that I want to put in there. So
Let me get you there's also a free link. Let me pull that up for your followers and future audience that you could actually get that Audible or book some chapter on the miraclemorning.com.
Oh yeah, I have that listed here. It's right here. Miraclemorning.com.
Oh yeah. And then they have some like he's done it different for like specific niches like relationships, entrepreneurship, stuff like that. And I actually heard from him. I actually heard of this book through Hack Your Goals. It's like a 60-page book that's just like quick bullet points to help you get to your goals. And I actually deviated from that and went to the Miracle Morning because I didn't really have like a set structure to start this other book.
Nice.
So it kind of went like hand in hand, and it's been very helpful and kind of like getting me back into how I want to be, and with some of my past good qualities that I had coming back together.
I like that. That's good.
So I feel like reading that book and connecting it with the Hack Your Goals kind of deal. I found bringing my past self to my present self, and then meeting my higher self and bringing it to the present. So it's been a very awakening, fun journey. And of course, traveling everywhere with you and working with you, that's definitely something that I enjoyed all year long.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to not be traveling everywhere at the butt crack of dawn and weird hours, because now I can actually have some level of consistency. And if I decide I want to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, I can, for the most
Yeah.
part, unless I end up staying up all night and then kind of screwing myself over in that sense. But you get like, I like being able to say, hey, I don't have to wake up at 3 a.m. to get to the airport, and then I'm tired and I have low resistance to impulse buying, and I eat 5 Burger King hamburgers in the airport, and like
Yeah, mine is stopping at the gas station because there's not really any food open, and at those hours. And I'm just like, how long was this on the griller? I'm gonna get it anyway.
Oh yeah, the grillers, man, what a dangerous space. You look at those hot dogs, you're like, I hope that those are at least from today. I hope they're at least from today.
You just gotta tell yourself that the crunch is the crispiness.
Oh my gosh, that's so gross. Oh, this was released in 2012. I have other book lists. I have several book lists currently in existence, but this reality stretch book list is going to be like my definitive end all be all, share it. So let's see here. I'm going to entitle this tab is going to be self improvement, because one of these days for recreation I want to collect the sci-fi novels of Robert A. Heinlein. He's a science fiction writer that, what's that? That looks like some sort of AI stuff, but who knows? But he's done I've listened on audiobook to most of Starman Jones, and I listened to all of The Moon is a Harsh Mistress, which was written in 1966, which like parallels the American Revolution, but in the future, as if a prison colony on the moon was revolting from the Earth, and it's just a really cool, like he's considered the father or pioneer of hard science fiction, meaning he tries to be very, very accurate and give you theories and scenarios and environments that seem reasonable and plausible given the trajectory of technological development.
Got you. Kind of like a deep insight of a hypothesis.
Yeah, but I mean, saying things like what's going to exist in the future, like a light rail train, because but because the industry, the shipping industry, logistics industry is going to be very, that's that's a pressure that makes sense because they're going to be interested in moving more and more freight at faster and faster speeds to get to the destination faster and faster. So a realistic thing to think of the future is light rail trains, and of course we have things like that today. But an unrealistic view, which is more like science fantasy, would be I want a I want a bubble machine that every time you pop the bubble, it's going to say my name. And it's a vanity thing that I'm going to have on my desk that's kind of like akin to a lava lamp. And I'm going to write about it at great lengths in this book. It's like, could someone invent something like that in the future? Like, maybe, probably, but am I gonna make it like the main premise of a science fiction book set in the future? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like maybe someone might make it as a novelty item, but you know what I mean? Or like saying um like Edgar Rice Burroughs that wrote like Princess of Mars, right? In his books famously, he was saying Mars is like this lush green jungle and everything. And now obviously we know that isn't the case, right? So it's coming up
Yeah.
with like accurate, believable ways that society could technologically advance. And even though like The Moon is a Harsh Mistress was written in 1966, it's like incredibly profound, and he nailed. There's a computer that kind of runs everything, and the computer's really like simple, and well, the computer's complex. Anyway, he didn't accurately nab how quickly um, Moore's law. Moore's law states that the number of transistors on a microchip doubles every 2 years. The law claims that we can expect the speed and capability of our computers to increase every 2 years because of this, yet we will pay less for them. So basically, he did not anticipate how quickly computers would progress, but it's still a really interesting and insightful read. You don't read sci-fi. It's science fiction. It's not supposed to predict the future per se, right? Anyway, little
I
riff on
like
that.
I I like stuff like that because it kind of I like to think I could see into the future at times, or just kind of like predict things that are like mind provoking or interesting to see if I'll be around to see things happen that I envision by things that are going on around.
Right. What's gonna
So that
you
it's
just
definitely sparks my interest.
and you can end up with a very positive society, or you can end up with idiocracy, which I haven't seen, but I really want to. I have friends tell me about it. I read the entire plot synopsis. Have you ever watched Idiocracy?
No, I've been told that that's a great movie to see.
Yeah.
Have you heard of? I know this is a little bit sideways, but I've been trying to remember what video I was playing with before I started my journey with you.
Video IO? What is that?
Yeah, it's nvideo.io. So you might want to do your sheet or on your NVIDIA, yes. So they've gotten, let's see, I want to say in February is when I was playing with it, but it's only gotten better and better with OpenAI. But they have videos kind of, I think, like what you're thinking about
Oh,
for
interesting.
the creation. And it's you can sign up for free. I think it's for like 30 days. See if you like it. But I really enjoyed the platform. Like it does a really good like for all of your social media across the board.
Right. Interesting. You know, if we get an audience going, if we get people coming to join us, then the easiest way I think to monetize this community, this production, would be with some sort of brand deal sponsorship, like from these guys. If we tell them, hey, we will create a clip every day on the stream using your software, you know,
Yes.
sponsor us, be our brand, something like that. That would be anyway, in video. I'll have to check that out. That's really cool.
I think that's what I've been playing with your other clips. I've been doing because I do have a TikTok page that I'm just gonna dedicate to kind of like what the reality stretch show it kind of like dishes out.
Sure, be my guest.
But I was playing with it recently since February, and I'm like almost in shock on how much they've progressed in just this year.
Yeah, that's cool. No, that's really neat. I think that, let's see here, but where's my other book list? I think that sounds great. And yeah, I'm not planning on being involved on TikTok. That might change in the future, but yeah, so feel free to just post some clips up and have fun, knock yourself out, because I'm just not really interested in that as a platform. No particular reason. It's not, oh, see, if I put a window over your face, you have to leave your window unobscured. Isn't that funny? Because it'll put a window over your face since I only clipped a portion of the screen. But I consider my OBS clipping there a rip-roaring success. I mean, it looks great. We've got your face, we got my face, got the screen. I'm really happy with how that turned out.
It's looking good.
So I'm trying to find my book list. I have it spread across so many different drives and everything. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a bunch of book, audio book, and then I'll just put like the general date or year that I acquired it, right? So like I have this one that I said, like the one I read to you a little bit, the Alpha Awareness Results book. And this one doesn't exist anywhere in digital or audible format. It doesn't. I mean, it's crazy. I'm going to say PDF or ebook. And I can't find the guy's estate to ask him, like, where is it? Is it a thing? Can I somehow get the rights to it and record the audiobook for it? Because it's not super long. How to get results in life and how to flow with universe. Wally Minto. And the guy's passed away. So I can't find him or track him down. And the publishing company that's listed here, their phone number is disconnected and they don't exist. Part of me thinks it's just better to just go for it, and because here's the thing, maybe I should just record it as an audiobook, and maybe we can even I'll just publish it on the Reality Stretch channel. I'll record it as an audiobook and I'll just publish it there. And then like, considering I can't get a hold of his estate, they'll probably come out of the woodworks then, and then at least I'll be able to talk to them, right? If they ever find it, they'll be like, yo, this is our IP. This is our intellectual property. And then I can be like, hey, I don't know anything on copyright law. I wonder if they could, like, sue me just for the fact that it's now available in cyberspace. Because once something's out there, it's always there, right?
Well, yes. And what I've been hearing a lot lately is giving a shout out to the actual creator is helpful too. So I think, you know, if they do come out at you, you are giving this guy a lot of credit and a shout out on who's actually the author. You're just trying to do a voiceover.
Right. Well, and here's the thing, too. There's an ethical way to do this and an unethical way to do this. The unethical way would be I just plagiarize this, but I change it up enough that I just cover the exact same ideas but present them in a slightly different way and never credit him. And I'm perfectly safe. I'm perfectly safe in that case. But to
Yeah.
me, I like Wally Minto and I like what he purports. So it could be more of like a no good deed goes unpunished scenario because I want to shout him out.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe there's a way to do both. Maybe I can write this in my own words and then just say, hey, these ideas are not my own. I shout out to Wally Minto. He totally inspired this book. And that's probably what I should do. And besides, I could probably have ChatGPT just rewrite the whole thing for me.
I was just about to say as soon as you were done, GTP.
Yeah. So, but listen, this is important though. This is the very first line in this book. I did not create this results book, nor do I claim any credit for its development. This results book is like an intelligent individual entity which began and has grown from its own intelligence. It might be likened unto a tree which begins from its own seed and grows through its own intelligence. The tree expresses its growth through its environment, through the soil, water, sun, and air. However, this environment does not give the tree the intelligence to grow. It grows because of its own intelligence through this environment. So, and then he says, in other words, I did not create the results book. It has simply been expressed through me, and many of the ideas expressed were completely foreign to me when I first became aware of them.
Oh.
And he talks about how if he wouldn't have come out with this book, then someone else would have, because it needed to be released. So,
All right.
boom. I mean, he says right there, he did not create it. But I really want to, obviously, I don't think that would ever hold up in a court of law. But besides that, I want to give the guy a shout out because I wouldn't know the things if it weren't for him. Right? So,
Yes. I
shout out
think
to
we
Wally
could work on
Minto.
that. I
Yeah.
think we could do that. We just gotta learn things.
We learn things. And I'd probably just read the audiobook myself, to be fair. I'm not a dramatic reader. I'm not a like I don't have a good like audiobook voice, but I don't want to pay anyone else to do it, and I don't think I think it would be way too costly with my AI voiceover because that thing's better for like short clips and they charge
Yeah.
me per word. So it's better that I just ramble on and get it done. So there's Wally Minto. There's
Oh yeah, books.
There's The 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. I haven't even read it yet. The Millionaire Next Door. I ordered this one. You know, shout out as well to thrift books on eBay. I like get all of my self-help improvement books from thrift books. I'm going to add them to my Sandbox and maybe even my show notes. Thrift books on eBay. I get all my hard... Because I even though I like audiobooks, for some reason I'm really stressing on the emphasis of having a physical book. And a physical book is not secure. Your house can burn down and all your books are gone. But for some reason, just being able to hold the content in my hand physically has been a desire of mine. The Pleasure Trap.
Even the sound of the pages.
Yeah, The Pleasure Trap's a great one for whole food plant-based eaters. But it talks a lot about, as well, impulses and human desires and evolution. The Charisma Myth. This is a freaking great book by Olivia Fox Cabane, if I said that right.
Kabang.
I'll share this book list with you.
I am trying to find my book list, but
Atomic Habits by Face. James Clear, my sister recommended that one to me. Of course, the classic How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. A must, an absolute must. I also have the other Alpha Awareness Training book by Wally Minto, but it's like 4 times as long. And who has time to read that? I'm sure it's nice though. That's apparently what he used as like his textbook when in the Leader in You with Dale Carnegie again. Oh, and then of course the Anarchist's Handbook by Michael Malice. a little bit maybe less of a self-improvement and more of a political book. But I got it because I think Michael is a hoot. He's a hoot. I don't even think I follow him on Twitter, by the way. I should. I shall. Anyway, so so also sexy voiceovers. One day I hopped on Fiverr and I said like sexy voiceover for podcast intro. And like it pulled up this person that had a really amazing voice for she does lots of commercials, she does all these promos, and you know, if I ever want to, then I'll definitely book her to do the like an intro or an outro to the podcast or the show or the stream or whatever. Embedded system designers on Fiverr found two in Turkey, or like 2 in Pakistan and 1 in Turkey, that I would use to help with a few other ideas. Noster, Jack Dorsey with Twitter was talking a lot about Noster for a while, and then Elon threatened to shut down anyone who mentions other alternative social media platforms. That was interesting, but I wanted to learn what Noster is because it's like a social media protocol built over blockchain, and you like share your public and private key with people. It's just really strange. I don't know anything about it. but I'd like to research it, so it's in the Sandbox. And then there's a study mentioned by Gay Hendricks in his book, The Big Leap, which is another one that's going into my book list. I've listened to the audiobook. I have the audiobook on Audible. It's great. And then ChatGPT, I'm generating those fun little heartwarming stories that Maurice is going to turn into little fun pan, tilt, zoom AI generated images. But I don't know how long ChatGPT is available. So I don't know how long it's going to be in beta, how long it's going to have free public access, and I don't know what the pricing is going to be when they're done with it. So while we have it, what's in my Sandbox right now is to generate like 200 stories, right?
And since you brought that up, I say now's the prime for exactly what you're talking about, because if we learn it as a good skill, and they do have it as a paid platform, what I learned with a lot of these is that they like to have an affiliate link. So that's another way. One, how you said to monetize it earlier, just to kind of show either clips of it or somehow get them traffic going to GTP for marketing.
Right.
So, us just talking about it or learning how to use GTP, we could get into either them as a sponsorship or as an affiliate program.
Yeah, that's always an option. There are several things that you can get set up for right now as an affiliate, as well. If you can generate any sort of traction sending people that way. Like one of my favorite mobile virtual network operators, MVNOs. One of my favorite MVNOs is Red Pocket Mobile. You can like be with any carrier, Verizon, T-Mobile, any of them, and it's a fraction of the cost, and it's a great service. I've used it in the past. They have an affiliate program, so I'm like, I could, do the thing people do. That's just what you do when you're online, is you sell phone plans, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people selling phone plans, podcasters, and all sorts of things. But
I actually made some sales through Amazon doing some I just been doing links to just stuff for like Christmas links, or it's like survival kit links. But the most sales that I've been making is sales on some journals that I made. I think you've seen one, and it's called Pinup Thoughts.
Yeah, I like those. I still have
But
mine
I didn't
somewhere.
make a sale all year, and this last month, I think I've gotten like 8 notifications of making either one sale to 10 sales at a time for that. So I kind of like forgot about it, and I was like, huh, why is Amazon Associates paying me?
Oh, that's fun. Right on.
So that was, it was just like a little fun project, and it kind of fell off the end of the earth with that. And then so I started looking at it again, and it's actually a, it took a while, but I wasn't consistent, and I'm getting a lot more traffic and people actually going through my actual like inside e-commerce store inside Amazon.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for the set and forget. If it has the opportunity to make you money and you just set it up and forget about it, and then it just randomly gifts you with, hey, here's $40 at some point in your life.
Yeah,
That's fun.
shoot.
That's fun. Yeah, that
It
pinup journal or penup. Did you call it pinup or penup? I think you called it
pen
penup, and that was the thing. Yeah, send me a link to that. I'll put it in the show notes or something because I liked it. I thought it was great. The one you gave me, I'm like, I love this. I don't know where I put it. Sorry, my house is just chaotic, as you know. But I'll have to see if I can find it and put it out here in my office or put it in my bookshelf right there. So that's awesome. See the scene? See the scene I just made while you were telling me about your pen up thing?
Yes.
I can toggle between my monitor and just
Oh, look at
conversation
that.
view. See that?
Look at you.
See that? We're just getting a little bit more advanced as we go, huh? Trying to trying to
Don't
level.
give us a bunch of tabs. Because
Yeah, right.
we'll use them all.
I just need to see if there's like an auto, the sound production here, the equalizing is going to be a challenge because like I don't know, like we just need I don't know, maybe a better leveling program or leveling software or better mics down the road. But hey, oh, I might actually have a.
I'm actually going out today to get a mic because I'm that excited. And yesterday I did work on a matrix. And I really swear by that girl. So when you do get a chance, I think the sooner the better
I've got a
for you.
freaking recalibration to do. Dang it! It's here. It's here at my house right now. I didn't know it was set up. Uh, Riff, talk about your matrix or something. I'll be back in a minute. All right.
Talk about the matrix.
Talk about your matrix. Whatever you want to do, man. It's a problem with the live
Okay.
stream.
I'll see you soon, Hito. So I am looking into the matrix for a structure setup for our what do I want to call it? Like our segments. Um this kind of tells us if we want to talk about mythbusters, personal experience, educational, if you want to do your own branding. And the woman that I have been following for this, she teaches you how to get the most amount of content out of your content by using a simple matrix. So then it sets yourself up to put it on every social media platform that you have possible. And let me look that up. I've been trying to get Spencer to check it out just so we have a little bit more structure when we do come on here and kind of like more of a set
Yeah, I said
plan.
yeah, I saw his message. I know.
And we've just kind of dove into
Yep,
it.
have fun in the salon. Bye.
And he's in the background. It is gonna get better, very
I can't
fast
hear you,
learning.
dude.
He's
Sorry, I
he's
can hear
very
my
very on
headset mumbling at me, but I can't hear you.
time. I'm talking to our awesome
Just
audience
putting
that
my
we're gonna have.
calibration station in my office next to the heater because it's too cold. It's not going to run a calibration.
They just arrived, surprise, and talks a lot.
Probably just like mooning everyone with my butt crack on the stream.
Oh no!
What?
Your butt crack is on the screen.
Was it? I don't. That's what I'm saying.
No,
I had to
no,
like
I
plug
didn't see
something in under my desk.
it. No, I missed it.
Okay, well,
It's
stupid calibration
Oxinamun.
station. All right, I gotta go. Have my station plugged in. Gotta go grab the dude's handsets. Just hang tight. Keep chatting for a
You're
bit.
good. I'm gonna pull up a whiteboard
All right.
and throw on whatever I talk about. So if you need to add it to the sandbox, it'll be presentable for you.
Oh sure, I like it. Be back.
Word. So you don't gotta miss a thing, Hito. Okay. Matrix. I'm pulling it up for everyone now. Bear with me. I gotta educate myself on how he's doing his screen sharing. But I do want to pull up her name is Vanessa Liu, and she has really great templates to get you going on more of an organized base, and I bring up a lot of organization and everything just because I feel it helps me gather all my thoughts because I have a million great thoughts like you see Spencer here, and we could go at it all day, but actually implementing a plan is where I struggle. And that's these are, you know, some of the things that I look at just so for my education purposes that I love to share because sometimes I just feel like there's other people that get stuck where I'm at. So let's see. When he comes back, I'll have him play it so we could see a simple uh, suggestion. But I absolutely think it blows everything out of the water on how to set yourself up. And we'll get that now. Let's put it on the whiteboard. I'm definitely gonna learn how to better share my information. I'm actually gonna pick his brain today for that. I know how to send a sticky note. I will be emailing it, and the calibration doesn't take too long. He'll be here to save me here in a second. I don't know how many of you try to do content for other social media other than your YouTube channel, but this lady is trying to show how to create content for 100 posts in 30 days. So I was trying to do that challenge, and using this matrix, I have gotten pretty close, and I've actually started making sales, like I was saying before, for Amazon, getting traffic through a lot of social media, Facebook, Twitter, all of that. Let me. I'm trying to get a matrix to everybody so you guys can see kind of how I set it up and what the heck it is that I'm talking about.
You saying something?
Yep. I'm trying to get, I made a quick spreadsheet on the matrix that I'm going to be sending. I'm uploading it now.
To what?
My email, because it was on my other sheets under my personal email. I thought I had put it under the Titan Voltage. So I got to email myself. Here we go. And I'm going to be sending it to you. Because you know how to do, I'm going to have to pick your brain later on all of this.
Sure. I mean, what's the matrix for?
The content.
But like for what? Like, are you talking
Well,
about
I
your
mean,
TikTok channel you're doing, or what?
so it's for any content, and the reason why I wanted you to watch it is because of how you're trying to stagger your stuff is exactly what she talks about, which is, I thought was like, man, this is meant to be.
What stuff? Like stagger what? What do you mean?
Like stagger. So right now we're doing a stream, and then you are like on your video that Marizi's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
What you could do is put it on different platforms just off of your stream. And this lady shows a matrix on how she does it, 3 days a week, but based off of just this the stream that we're doing today, you can make it into just like an article, you can make it into a blog, you can make it into
Oh yeah,
short clips
it's
like you were
just
talking about.
reusing and reformatting content. Absolutely.
Yes, and then the matrix is basically just kind of, I know we're filling everything out, but it helps with more of the structure base of it.
Okay, that's nice. What did you send it to me on?
Your email.
Which email? Titan
Your
Voltage.
Titan Voltage.
Where is it? Oh, that means I'm gonna switch this up real quick.
And then I put a sticky note.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
But when once you watch it, you'll see exactly. I think you'll see exactly why I like it.
Yeah, and you texted me that link, right?
Yes.
I'll save it to the Sandbox. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
find our texts.
I just sent it to your email also if you wanna.
Oh, because that's what's funny about I listen to like Colin and Samir and all these people talk about niches and brands, and you look how to start a successful YouTube channel, and they're like, pick a niche, and here are all of the keywords based off of the hot button niches today, finances, blah blah blah, this that, and I'm like, yeah, I sure, but like reality stretch as a brand is stretch yourself, stretch your reality, attract, flow with the universe, find something that you want to change about your reality and change it. Don't just sit in squalor and discontent. So that is the brand, and I know it's just a very general brand. There's no niche, but like this is like my mastermind stream to produce other things that are niche, like that goofy little video pan tilt zoom thing that I made that I'm hoping Maurice will pick up and do way better than I did, because I just only spent an hour on it. It was just a proof of concept. But the idea is if we get like really high quality images, great stories, great soundtrack, great visuals, then I think it's just fun to just watch that content pump out. And that's something that didn't exist before, I brought it into reality, right?
Yeah.
And it's the proactable podcast. It's the proactable show. It's the pick something and actually do it and see it done instead of just sitting there wishing for it. So I mean, like, I guess that is a niche. It's a niche within self-improvement and self-development. So like we are filling some sort of niche. It's just
you're without limits though. You're not limiting yourself just this because it's what's favorable right now, or it's what's trendy.
Yeah, like somebody sent a question to like Colin and Samir on how to scale, and like the guy had like under 600,000 subscribers, but he's just like the drum kick guy. Like he just shows people how to make drum beats, which is really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But you better not burn out of that, because that's a pigeonhole, right? It's like the drum beat guy is now going to do meme review. Like, like that is what you do.
But I agree with you, because like trying to find a niche and create content, I always get to the same spot what you just kind of explained, and that's like I just don't have one though.
Right.
I'm like, there's so much skills and experience that I have that I would like to share, but there's also stuff that I would like to learn and share as I learn with everybody else, because I feel like there's multiple of people that would be interested or would like to see how somebody like myself or yourself actually dive into this, like you're showing now. And the proactable that you're talking about, I think is definitely missing in the majority of people these days, just as a collective. And I think it helps for people to see kind of like trial and error like this, because it seems more human, and it's more on what they like to use on this channel is organic.
Right. Well, and what's hard between a stream and a podcast is like, I think a stream should be chill. Like someone wants to just watch live, they want to hang out, they want to give us things that they want us to add to the sandbox and things. That's, I'm going to change back to a personal and a public sandbox, because again, as we have people watching, like what goes in the public sandbox are going to be things that we receive input for. I receive input for on Twitter, or people participating or watching is sorry, I'm just punching in some numbers here on this recalibration station. Like, so I am gonna go back, because like things are maybe not, but at least for now we don't have an audience, so I'll just keep it in the personal sandbox anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and it could pick up quick. But I'm excited for them to come back to this and see how we started and just how it accelerates and how it progressed, like how our mind works.
Sure.
Kind of like I don't know, like for you, I find you as a more like a mentor on things, because there's a lot of high level skills that you have, and then just your mind frame and your mindset, how you go after things, resonates with me, because I like to do that. I like to be proactive, and I like to, okay, let's dive in, let's get this stuff done. So it's gonna be, it's I'm already having fun, and it's only been 2 days.
I'm glad. I'm glad. This is what, show number 7. I can't remember. I
7
think
for
it's
you. We
7.
gotta get a calendar.
That's all right. The digital footprint is the calendar. But yeah, like, I do want to invite some people onto the show sometimes, whether, we figure out how to do like it should be easy to invite as many people as we want to, just using the same method that you're on. Like, you and I can both interview people together, or I could just interview people, whatever. But using Meet, we should be able to allow multi-party, just like we're doing. We can put their picture, center it. I don't know, however it works, but like, there's a lot of people out there that I. This is the thing that you see celebrities kind of recycled on famous podcasts with a wide reach. Like, someone will be on Joe Rogan, then that same person will be on Lex Friedman, that same person will be on Ari Shafir or whatever, right? I don't even. But I think that there would be there sometimes when we're doing interviews, like, I just want to interview like random people. Like, there's one of my friends who came to mind, who I met in South Africa, who's a high school teacher in South Africa. And I messaged him. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this podcast that has like this stream that has like no audience members, but do you want to just come on and chit chat? Come on and chit chat. Um, just people I think would be interesting to talk to that have a different perspective than I do. And then some days, if I want to get really crazy, and if you want to do it with me, if you're on the show, we'll like spin up Omegle. You know what Omegle is?
No, I've never heard of that.
The real test will be if we can do Omegle and Google Meet. But something's telling me we're going to run into severe audiovisual issues. But let me show you real quick. So, Omegle is like a video chat room that throws you in with a random some other person on the platform.
Oh yeah.
You have like no idea who it is or what. So if you look up on YouTube like Omegle interactions, it's really funny because like you'll have this like professional YouTube violinist dude that just hops in a room with someone in Omegle and plays them a song and films their reaction. It's hilarious. So if we should have like every once in a while when you and I are together on the show, we need to do like let's interview a random Omegle person in this segment. Ask them who they are, where they're from, what makes them tick. Obviously, the very first thing we would have to do is pull up the Omegle stream on a different screen and like mute it and first get their permission. Like, hey, we're streaming this. It's going to be a podcast. Yeah, we don't have any audience members, but even still, are you cool with being out there in cyberspace? And if they say yeah, then we'll swing them back over to this screen, unmute them, and now we have their permission, right?
Yes.
It's also better for us that way because like last thing you want is to randomly spin up an Omegle and there's like some nude person on the other side, and then it's like completally destroying my content.
Yes.
Right?
That,
Someone's
and then
taking a
that's
dump.
a great way to start off a conversation. So
So I would just back out.
so how do you
Someone's taking
feel
a dump on
about
Omegle.
cyberspace?
Right. That's funny. But anyway, so your social media matrix video, I posted that there. All right. I wrote here trying to come up with a lexicographer to interview on the show, someone who can help me figure out a name for a new unit of time representing a half hour, that sort of thing. Try to get their thoughts on my proactable word. ChatGPT, public domain, review things in, what is public domain? Review things in LibriVox, Project Gutenberg. Are you familiar with those?
Yes.
Yep. So LibriVox for audio, Project Gutenberg for open source ebooks, public domain ebooks. National Jukebox is what I use for audio because I think it's so much fun. Any recordings that were recorded prior to 1922 are now in public domain. So I download, public domain music. Now it always has a lot of static on it just because of the recording technology. I'm going to go take this unit back to this client because it's done on the station. Hang on.
Alrighty. I will be here. We need like elevator music, or I need to think of a topic when he disappears right away. But I'm trying to get links together as well. We kind of mirror each other. I actually met Spencer this year. I don't know if he's told you guys the story or not, but I've had surgery at the beginning of the year around February, another surgery in March, and then me and him started talking around April, and then met each other. He called me off of a Craigslist resume that I had put in while I was in recovery, and during this time, I've only done nothing but labor work. I've owned a commercial cleaning company, landscaping, all of that. And having to be bedridden, I got very much into how to make money online, and I dipped down highs and lows. And just randomly in April, I got a call from Spencer here, proposing to me to be a technician for his company. And for me, I had just gotten rid of my company, and did no really any kind of source of revenue or income thoughts, or like what my next move is going to be. And as soon as he said there's traveling everywhere all over the USA, and room and board paid for, I said to sign me up. And we actually met um, in Las Vegas. He flew me out, and then was coming to pick me up. My family's concern was that well, both of our families were worried about one of us is going to end up missing organs, and then from there, uh turns out that we have a very great a connection of the mind, and just kind of where beliefs and strategies are. But it's been one heck of a ride this year, just kind of learning each other, and kind of just learning the game of business. And right now, towards the end of the year, we decided to shift the business into where we actually have more of a work-life balance. And I've been working on a lot of stuff for social media in the background, and then we started talking again uh, about what we have going on, and here we are. We're on this streaming, and we're both still on the same page. So it's always nice to be able to share this with him. And I'll be moving probably to Idaho with him, so we can do more streaming, and then just kind of keep business up and running, business alive. But this is what I enjoy, is the excitement of rebuilding, rebirth, rebirth. Um, I've I've opened, I think, 5 or 6 businesses in my life, and having Spencer around, he has like anything that is my weakness. This guy is like has those are all his strengths. I haven't really seen him really have a weakness other than what we're showing you guys right now, and that is the sandbox. Is we get all these awesome ideas, and then now we're just trying to be proactable about it, instead of getting all these ideas, getting completely overwhelmed, and then just putting it off to the side. So you're actually seeing the ground, the we're hitting the ground floor running with it, and it's gonna be You guys are going to learn some things. And aside from that, I'm really glad that we both still have our organs, and we've conquered a lot within, I want to say, within 8 months, and it's December, and we're just only getting better. And it will be interesting to see where this goes and how this goes. I'm trying to see what else he has. Business skills, proactable. Ponzi, pyramid schemes. And also, we're trying to learn this workspace platform. I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with Google Workspace. It's actually a lot of the platforms that everybody is paying for a lot of these for everything that a lot of people pay for. You have it as a Gmail user for free. You really don't have to pay for a lot of these things. And me and Spencer are very, very proactive about not having to pay for things that are free.
Were you talking to me or just talking?
I was just talking.
Thanks for talking.
Sorry, and I was digging through this. I didn't have you pulled up.
Oh no, I just barely got back.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was just kind of going over like a quick glimpse of how we met.
Nice. No,
And saying that we have our organs still, and it's been a great journey with you ever since. We just kind of hit the ground running.
Yeah, nice. There you go. Like it. Yeah, the Craigslist meetup, man. Yeah, the Craigslist meetup, the intro in Vegas, man. That was so much fun. That's the kind of thing where it's like there's just this one life, you know.
Oh yeah.
There's just this one life, and it's the entertaining, unique stories. But yeah, we still have our kidneys. Went and did a bunch of vehicle electronics. Yeah, one of these days we'll have to get into that whole story and everything. But yeah, fun interactions. Yo, you're muted. Unmute yourself. You hit a button.
I said we have to tell them about all the characters we've had.
Yeah, except using my ethos, though, I don't know if I can find a way to do it yet, because my mantra of more life to all, less to none, find the good in everybody, I just have to make sure we could do it in that sort of a light, because having have without mentioning any names, an example of the drama is sort of culminated in an employee embezzling a company vehicle, taking it 3 laps on a dirt track and jumping it over a sand dune, and then abandoning the vehicle and losing $50,000 of equipment. And it just so happens I employed this person. So as we go through it and talk about stories, we're going to have to find some way to put a positive spin on it without dwelling on the negative, because I personally am still bitter about that, because it gave me huge liability. But like I try to pray for people. I really do. Like there are many people out there that hate my guts. Like not many, but there are some. And like I genuinely try to pray for that person and their success and well-being, and I'm sincere about it. I want them to be successful. I want them to be happy. I want them to live their best life. Praying for someone that is genuinely the best way I've found to actually forgive them in my own heart and change my disposition towards them. But it doesn't mean I'm gonna like text them and say, hey, let's be friends, because I think it would cause them great duress. I could be wrong, but the people that genuinely hate my guts, like, I don't want to ruin their day by messaging them and saying, "Hey, thinking about you. I hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas." Like, because I think it would be more detrimental to them than it would be. Like, I don't harbor any animosity or resentment against them, but there's a lot of people that don't like me.
You have your friends and you have your foes, you know.
Yeah, but I don't view them as like a foe on like the person level. I just think we had miscommunications, ideological differences, and we're just not aligned on the paths that we're on. And I won't tolerate, as part of that ethos, I won't tolerate any influence or organization that tries to ascribe or assign malicious motives or intent to any individuals or groups. I used to subscribe to people like that, but I don't anymore because it's not serving me, not putting us on our best timeline, and the real goal ought to be spreading unification, maybe not unification, but peace and love for sure.
Peace, love, and harmony.
I think that some ideological differences are so obvious that I think there might be some groups of people that genuinely will never be unified. Like, if there's someone who is in their ethos that they just want to make people mad and murder people, like, I will never be unified with that person. Like, I can't. It's just too... First of all, I'm going to be scared I'm going to die all the time. But second of all, we're just too ideologically different. Like, that couldn't be further from what I espouse. So, like, how are we supposed to be unified? Anyway, scrolling through here, giving you more taste of the sandbox. I'll just rattle through it. I want to look at real estate in South Africa. Have an extraterrestrial time capsule discussion. If you were going to send a time capsule to an extraterrestrial civilization, what would you put in it to represent humanity on Earth?
Kashmir. You know what? Have you ever done a time capsule?
No.
No?
Have you?
Yeah, actually in middle school we did one. I was part of the NASA club.
Okay.
And I know. But we actually sent out a box. This isn't the time capsule, but part of the NASA club. This is what our first mission was, sending out a box that we put some sand in to see if it came back as crystals. And this sand, we made 3 different boxes with 3 different sands. And I can't remember, it's been so long ago, but anyways, that box came back and there was crystallized. It was crystallized inside of it.
What'd you send it through?
One of the... What was going up into space? What are those little short things called?
Satellite?
No, not a satellite. There was actually people going up, and they took our box into... I was actually like in the NASA hall, and then got like a ribbon and rewards with this program that I was doing.
What a wonky program, dude. That's so cool. Like,
and it was in high school.
You've got to find...
I'm not in high school, middle school.
You've got to find the name of this program, because that's cool. I don't know what that was, but you're saying you sent some sand up and it came back as crystals, huh?
Yes. And we also did time capsules, and the stuff that we put in time capsules, I remember the guy saying, put something in there that you feel would be very, very futuristic. So guess what I put in there?
Sand. No, what you put in there?
I put a pocket watch.
Oh, that's interesting. Why'd you do that?
I don't know. I thought that time will always be in the future. So I was like, okay, what's in the future? What's in the future? So I chose a pocket watch. And I think they said that they would contact us after 20 years. Hey, it's been way past 20 years, actually.
You got to find these blokes.
Did they dig that up already?
That's so funny.
But yeah, middle school has, yeah, it's been over a couple of decades, but we won't go there.
Nice. All right. Well, we added a bunch of things to the sandbox today. What am I doing? Why am I adding? Because we need to wrap up. Because I need to make some phone calls. I need to bind some insurance policies, and then we've got a bunch of things that we have to do to get ready for Christmas and such. So let me put in here.
Me too.
The things I wanted to do that weren't going to get to was the ChatGPT. ChatGPT generates about 200 stories plus. That's a goal, and if I generate like maybe 10 stories a day, then I can do that in a month, right? However long ChatGPT remains free and publicly available.
It's going to be free for us always because we're proactable, right?
We're proactable. Well, if I just need to get some criteria for what makes a wholesome kid story, but I also want to generate random stuff. Like I did a Christmas story about, and I said, tell me a Christmas story about zombie elves, Godzilla, and Santa Claus or something. And fast cars. I said fast cars. Let me read this to you real quick. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Chat.
And then send that to me so I can make you a video on that in video. See how it goes.
You can try it. You can try it.
Yeah, shoot it to me. I'll do that after this. I'll play with it. I'll be going over to my brother's house, and he's totally into this stuff. So we'll hang out and just play with videos all day.
That would be so cool. Let me see. Hang on. I might have just posted on my Twitter because I don't know if I can find. Yeah. Hey, I went. Oh, no. That one's incorporate magic, snow, and space lizards.
I feel like we need some swag with your logo here.
Eventually. This one was a really funny one. Generate a sales pitch for a famous soccer player trying to induce someone to buy their used underwear at a premium. That was really funny. ChatGPT spat this out for me. It was good.
If you want to know about experience with buying underwear, come to the right place.
Oh, here it is. Look. You're so funny.
You know my stories.
I know your stories. Here we go. Look. Please tell me a 7-minute Christmas story geared towards children with a 9-year-old protagonist involving Santa Claus, Godzilla, fast cars, zombie elves, and cybersecurity. All right. I'm going to read this really fast, but it's on my Twitter, and you can rip it from there and do a story on it.
I need to follow you on Twitter. I need to follow you on what social media that you do have.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. It's @RealityStretch. That's one of the reasons when I came up with this brand, I was just putting a bunch of things as a URL in 2017, and I just punched in Reality Stretch, and it was available, and I was like, that embodies what I'm trying to do. That embodies my brand. That's what I want. And then magically, it was available on Twitch, YouTube, Gmail. I mean, every other thing that I used, Reality Stretch was untouched. And so
hey, real quick, sorry to interrupt. My brother wrote, he actually is listening in, and he has some feedback for us.
Oh, wait. No freaking way. Wait,
yeah,
so what's your brother? You don't have to, does he want his name known?
DJ, he's on your comments.
On YouTube or Twitch?
On YouTube.
Okay, because it said one was watching, and I assumed that was you, so I didn't even expand
it. DJ Cordova. He does does some gaming.
No freaking way. Aha, look. Oh, he says I'm low and muffled. Let me just turn up my volume. Boom. Let me try it again.
And then my brother and I have a few friends and stuff that are going to be joining us in the morning because I don't only hound you for Miracle Morning and getting up on time. I'm on that with everybody that I come by. If I'm doing it, everyone's going to join me.
I can probably blow this thing up. Wait, 2 decibels up, 2 dB up gain. Let's see how, can I, because I have the mic turned up. I have the mic level turned up all the way, and I'm turning it up 5 dB. Sync offset, no. Balance, mono, track.
Oh, and I didn't even notice the little side comments on this side.
I'm gonna pop out chat. Pop out chat. What do you think, DJ? Is that better? I mean, it looks fine on the mixer. There might be some way that it's like clipping or reducing the overall volume, but is that better? Boom, look, I'll bring chat over here. DJ are the first chat person. You are the greatest. So what? DJ Cordovo Gaming. I'll subscribe to him too. DJ Cordovo Gaming XP. Am I coming through louder now? Amby, why don't you unmute the stream real quick and just see. You might have a feedback loop.
Okay.
That's so lame. Like, I've got to figure out a better audio solution, because if I just have to speak louder above my natural speaking level, then I'm not going to be able to keep that up. I'm going to forget and slip back into my normal speaking level.
You sound good on this end. If you're quiet, I'll talk and then I'll let you talk. Let's see if there's a difference.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah. Hey, DJ
Okay.
responded. He says, it does sound better. You guys are doing great. LOL and thank you. He has 65 subscribers, and now he's going to have 66.
You know what? I don't even think I'm subscribed to my brother. I'm sorry, bro.
Reality Stretch is now subscribed. Boom. What is this, Warzone? What have you been playing? That's not Warzone. What is this? Is that Warzone?
I think it might be Fortnite.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
not. It's not
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Are you on Twitch, DJ? That definitely looks like Warzone to me. The mechanics of it. Man, DJ, you're playing some Dragon Ball Z up in here. Zombies. Until Dawn. Kingdom Hearts, the OG.
Yeah, he put it's Fortnite, Warzone, and Warzone 2.0.
Yeah, there it is. Nice. Absolutely. You bet for the sub. So, DJ, I don't know if you've watched the whole thing, but the whole idea of what I'm doing with this brand and stream is, and Amby's joining me for these episodes, however long he wants to stay. He's welcome to stay. So, happy to have you here, Amby. But in general, I'm trying to help people get up earlier, like what Amby's been doing. And throughout my day, as I'm doing my day job, I have things that interest me that I want to look into, but often don't have an opportunity or don't want to take away from my normal daily tasks. So I write them down in what's called my sandbox. Amby knows all about the sandbox. And I simply, after I write them down throughout the day, the next day during the stream, we discuss what's in the sandbox. And if DJ Cordo Gaming XP says he will be live later today. So Amby, make sure you subscribe to him and go watch his stream.
Oh, I'll be over there working on videos.
Nice. But anyway, so the idea is, this is my sandbox, this is what's in it. But if anyone has anything that they want me to look into, add it to the public sandbox, just tweet it at me on Twitter or send it over on chat. I'll add it to the public sandbox, and we'll treat it. And most likely Amby's going to be here as well. So that's the deal. So go DJ Cordovo Gaming XP. You have made us. Yes. My wife and I have been sitting here watching. It's very interesting. It seems like a great opportunity for growth, and I hope your sandbox continues to grow. Thank you. It will continue to grow. Your input, Amby's input, and I can't silence my brain, so it's going to have a whole bunch of things thrown in there every day. And that's the other thing I was going to talk about when I told you, Amby, I had 2 recreational things that I wanted to discuss today. You know that I do Irish dance, right?
Yes.
You know that about me.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to look into, I've been trying to pressure my sister into creating an Irish dance course to offer online, and she just
Oh yeah.
hasn't been doing it. So if she doesn't do it, then eventually I'm just going to have to do it or something and like loop her in and like make her participate or something. But
Yeah.
Irish dance course, I wanted to see what the best platform would be for that, whether Skillshare or what, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I do like Skillshare.
Skillshare is cool. There's also Udemy, but there's also other platforms. And then I was curious, the best freelance.
Gumroad. Write that one down.
What is it?
Gumroad.
Oh, Gumroad. I've heard of that. Gumroad, Skillshare, etc. And then there's a freelancer website that's geared towards more artists. Like it's like Fiverr, but there's more. It's more geared towards artists. I can't remember the name of it, and I don't know what the site is, but I want to see if I can find like a music creator. I'll call them a music creator because it's not so much a composer. It's not really a composition what I'm looking for, because there's a Celtic music VST called Celtic Era that has very realistic sounding Celtic instruments, and eventually, if I'm going to do like an Irish dance course or Irish dance performances or an Irish dance channel or whatever, oh, sick. DJ, since you're posting these messages on chat, I assume you're fine with me reading your messages straight up since it's a public chat. If you ever want to like send me a private message, like DM me on Twitter or text me or something. But DJ says that their one of their family members is trying to find an Irish dance course. So boom, that would be
And
great.
you know what? You know what my mom's trying to sign Kaya up for is some tap dancing, and then I did let her know that you do Irish dancing.
Yeah, well, watch this. So I uploaded a couple videos to YouTube, and one of them went, like, it got 2,500 views, and I'm like,
All right.
it's funny, like,
It's good funny. It's the kind of funny
it's a
that's
short. It had 2,700, and then I was like, hey, maybe this is a thing. So DJ says, no problem with me reading aloud live chat. Thanks, DJ. So I posted this, got 2,700 views, posted another one right after that got 15 views. So obviously there's no way to like predict the algorithm, right?
No, there's not.
It's funny.
Look
Like
at that skill
we all went to the studio, and like you can hear my kids talking in the background, but like this is me at a performance at an elementary school back in 2017.
That's a lot of coordination. Look at you.
Anyway, and actually, why did I get out of that? There's one more. So if I can figure out, so here's the thing that's hard about music is I don't want to use anyone else's music and have to do like the ASCAP thing to license it and all that. If I can use the Celtic Era thing to create music or pay someone else to create music that it's mine, I own it, it's licensed, I can use it on social media, I can use it to create a course. That's what I would want to do, right?
Yeah.
Because then we own the rights to it. Watch this crazy stuff. This is probably the hardest step I've ever made up. There's like some gravity-defying movement there where like I'm doing a tap while I'm in the air. And then like I did play around. Listen to this. This is a song that I made up using a tin whistle that I recorded in my car.
Yeah.
And then using a program called LMMS, Linux Multimedia Studio, for the drum beats and the bass.
Oh yeah.
A picture of me with a chicken head and an umbrella, of course, because that's what was most appropriate, I'm sure.
Look at you, looking like a chicken head.
It's a very like, it's a very cheap sounding whistle, but it's what I had. And I just sat in my car and I recorded it, and then I put it in Audacity and clicked it.
And you did that with the whistle?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll just let it get to the final section and then I'll turn it off. So I have a little change. Into the final section. Anyway, it just ends, but like I enjoy making that kind of stuff as like for fun. I haven't had time to do that. I made that years ago, way before the pandemic, way before all that, when I had more time just to dink around and have fun. Like I don't have that. You're still muted. Are you muted?
No.
Oh, you're not. Okay, yeah. I thought I saw you talking, like your mouth was moving, but
I was trying to cold in that cough.
Oh. Anyway, so there's stuff that, so basically I just wanted to dink around on freelance sites, see if I can find someone that makes music, give them a sample of what I want. And there are other songs that I've made that weren't like Celtic themed. There's one that I really like. Do you have time to hear one more? Because
let's do it.
Let you go.
Put it on, Hito.
And then we can wrap this thing up, because I'm sure you have other things that you need to do, and I've got to make some phone calls. You said you have some Christmas things, and then you're going to go over to DJ's house. But here's just an example of where is it? Not OneDrive. I hate OneDrive. It's just annoying. It fills up and then just tells you it doesn't have any more space. Music Box Reel, here it is. So this isn't really a Celtic, it's like a Celtic themed, it's a reel that I made up, but it's not like, nothing in the instrument pack is Celtic. I used a Music Box VST, whereas like I could have used like a fiddle or like a whistle.
some skills.
Anyway, that's that. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, so I taught myself LMMS. I made other music too. I'll send you the links if you want to listen to them. I think they're fun because my goal was when I first learned LMMS in 2015, I just spent a couple hours learning it. I threw some stuff together, and my goal was to make some like happy, uplifting EDM. I wanted some happy, uplifting electronics dance music, something you can tap your foot to, listen to the car. And I succeeded with one of the songs, in my opinion. I listen to it and I actually enjoy it. But that's just another, fun thing to do.
When you put those out, you should do your tapping.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but I don't necessarily have time to do the social media video stuff and the music production stuff. Like, and I definitely can't outsource the Irish dance stuff, but I can outsource the music creation. Yeah. So if I can like tell someone use Edward Tirlante's Celtic era VST to create some Irish dance music in this style or this pattern, and then just like pay per song or something, that's a viable option potentially. I don't know. But again, this is like I'm just rambling about stuff that's on my mind, right? And I appreciate you.
We're practicing being proactable about some of them.
Being proactable about some of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That word's gonna catch on. Maybe I'll do a whole workup of that on the Substack. So after this is done, I'll upload this as a podcast. I'll put the show notes on the Substack, and then I send out a tweet, and that part's automated. But anyway, the hardest thing about this show is we're not going to run out of things to talk about. We're just going to have to learn to cut ourselves short because we need to try to stay within like the 1 hour. And see, that's the importance of accountability, because I told you be ready right at 6 a.m. and you were, and you texted me, and I texted you back and said, "Nah, bro, I need like 30 more minutes of sleep." And if it wasn't for the fact I knew that you were joining me, this could have been the first day that I let my stream slip, because I could have just been like, "Nah, it's Christmas time. I'm gonna sleep. It's time to chill." But my goal is to do this stream every single weekday of 2023. I'm not going to miss a single weekday. Even if I'm sick, I'll just get on here and just sound like a fool, and no one needs to listen or watch or participate. And it might only be a 30-minute stream, but that's my goal.
I believe in your goal. I was hurting this morning also. I was super, super tired. I feel like I still have like some kind of like a bug. It's not as serious as it was, but I got to start throwing my feet over like you did in your younger years.
On my mission.
Kick my feet off that bed and get up.
Well, and now my goal is to simply make it to the sink, because if I can wash my face with cold water, it's done. I'm awake. I'm ready to go. But it's like until that, my eyes are like, I can't open my eyes. I'm like not mentally alert, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, and also I think another reason we need to keep it to about an hour or an hour and a half is so that people participating, like DJ and his wife, so kindly joining us today. See, I mentioned earlier that to go from an audience of none to an audience of one is an incomprehensible boost. There's no way to comprehend none to one, because you go from null, void, absolutely nothing to something, and that is actually an infinite improvement if you think of the calculus and the upper limits and the limits to infinity and everything. Like jumping from none to one is the biggest exponential improvement that you can have. Seriously, not even comprehensible. But as we have people that come and participate in this community, then they're going to as well need to be able to expect. I know these guys are going to start right at 6 a.m. Mountain Time and end right at 7:15 Mountain Time, right? Expectations are important. So
exactly. I'm happy. I completely agree. I want that. I'm happy that you're getting up because I'm like, cool. I have somebody, joining me in my routine in the morning, or a familiar face. The accountability you just said.
I just have to figure out how to help my kids go to bed earlier because seriously, we all like the whole family goes to bed at like midnight every single day. So that's why it's one of the reasons it's so hard for me to get up. Like all of our friends are like, "Oh yeah, we put our kids to bed at like 7:30," and I'm just like, "How? Like how do you do it?" Like I didn't go to bed that early as a kid, and my kids don't go to bed that early now. But we have so much fun playing until 10, 11 at night. It's fun. It's the highlight of the family time. Anyway,
Good.
let's wrap this up. I'm going to call some insurance carriers and get some policies tweaked for my clients. And
Awesome.
then I'm doing a vehicle electronics switch today at like 3 p.m. So
Gotcha. I'm gonna shoot you a message so you can finish that up, but I have word from the that place for Elise, and then also just a correction, but I'll shoot you some messages.
oh yeah, please do.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Send me your info and we'll
Send
chat
you
about
live
that.
the next moves.
Next moves, that's right.
Next moves. Okay, well thank you, Hito, for having me on today and reminding the both of us and everyone else that we're on our best timeline.
We're on our best timeline, Amby. You're the one that introduced that catchphrase to me. It's a great one.
And way to be proactable today.
Wait. I mean, have we been proactable today? Have we actually done something? I think so. If it's just chatting back and forth, that's still doing something.
You're showing people how you're using your skills directly to them. So I would say that's very, very proactable.
Oh, you think? Nice.
I learned some stuff today just watching you do your screen.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. And DJ Cordovo Gaming XP. I think Amby's going to come over and hang out later today. Appreciate you hopping on. You and your wife. Hope you guys have a wonderful, absolutely wonderful day. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Amby, send me a text and we'll connect later on, all right?
You got it. You have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
And don't forget to send me that. Oh no, Twitter. I got it. I'm gonna make you a
that
video.
story?
You just wait. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, did you find it?
I was just absent-minded.
Yeah, it's I posted it on December 10th. DJ says, "You as well. Thank you for the insight and amazing morning." Thanks, DJ. Appreciate it. I'm so glad you came. Yeah, got it. I got you, man. All right.
Alrighty.
You guys take care, all right? Thanks, Amby.
We'll see ya.
All right,
you have
thanks.
A good day.
Thanks, DJ and wife et al. You guys have fun. Take care.